Hello, welcome once again to a daily card message here at the Art of the Oracle. I am going to read today from the Wild Unknown Archetypes. And then here we have the Spirit Animal Oracle. This one's cut by Colette Baron-Reid and this one's by Krans. And then we have White Sage Tarot. And who is this one by? Theresa Hutch. So an interesting pairing. As you can see, these are like the little pocket size. Kind of excited when I use those. This one is super sized. But in each one of them, there is a really beautiful mix of information. So how are you all doing? I'd love to hear from you. Today, we are going to start with the archetypes. And so I grabbed this deck because this deck I feel like is really intense. If you've caught any of the card readings where these cards come out, I don't take them lightly when I bring them out. I feel when they are wanting to come out, and this happens because I go through the cards and they just keep drawing my attention. So a deck that wants to come out will keep drawing my attention back to it. And this is one of those decks today. So when these archetypes come out, it's a major theme or something, what I feel like is something really big on a collective level is shifting, or there's something that is really asking to be, it's like you can't any longer pretend that it doesn't exist. One of those kind of situations. It's like, one of those things where you just don't have time to deal with fill in the blank. And so you don't. And then one day you do have to deal with it. And so that's what the archetypes feel like when I bring them out, is that they are a major shift. Okay, I think that's the one. And it's all about something very, very important that is shifting. And for me, the reason why I brought these out is it kind of felt like a collective shift, like something for you and me, but for the planet, for something to happen on a major level. Now, this is very interesting. This is Anima Mundi. And Anima, I believe, is the divine feminine. And I'm not sure what Mundi is. So we're going to go see, because this is towards the end, because it's 78. So let me see where that is. That's pretty close to the end. Let's see. Maybe the last card. It is the last card. It's the soul of the world and all that is. Okay, how perfect is that? I'm not sure if this card has ever come out. There's a lot of astrological symbols going on here, and I can't pretend to know what they all are. So we're going to dive into what the message is. Several of the things that I notice here right off the bat, and that is one, it's probably hard to see, but there's a star here. There is a 5-pointed star. And behind the star are these concentric circles, which are being illuminated by the colors of the rainbow. And it almost feels like something's expanding out. And in the center of all this, like there's everything from meditation to pearls to eyes to diamonds to hands, like all these different symbols. And what is it all representing for us? And I don't know what all these symbols are. Please forgive me. You may know, like some, Venus or Saturn or Jupiter, these kind of symbols all mean something in particular. So let's see if the book shares some of that with us. So the card itself is the soul of the world and all that is. Anima Mundi, or Mundi, epitomizes the principle: accept all, reject none. Simply put, it is the living soul of the world in all of its multifaceted, multidimensional layers, bonded together by loving cosmic forces. And that's probably denoted by all these concentric rings. Diversity is celebrated, multiplicity is honored, and nothing is denied. and nothing is denied embrace. So everything is being held in the same space. There's no judgment on any of it. Constructs of separation dissipate into the wonderful mess of shared consciousness. And I think that that's probably what all that, represents, is because we each have different ideas about what we need in our world and what something means. Anima Mundi is the link between the literal and the imaginal, the rational and the mythic. It is the connective fiber that makes life meaningful. This card indicates an initiation on the level of the soul. You will awaken the unique light within and witness how this light contributes to the radiance of the entire universe. You will sense yourself as a critical note in the cosmic orchestra. Destiny is altered as you hear the enchanted melody of all living things. So this is all about, one of the things that we are all looking for is we're all looking for purpose and belonging. And this is saying that we're never not. We're always belonging to everything that is. And that when it says here that it indicates initiation on the soul level, and you will awaken the unique light within and witness how this light contributes to the radiance of the entire universe. What it's saying is that each and every one of us has a light, and each one of our lights are meant to shine within the whole of all that is. And that it says you will sense yourself as a critical note in the cosmic orchestra, meaning that that you have an importance. And so let's ask for the animals, like what else? Okay. Oh, sandpiper, be playful. So I'm going to scoot this one over here and make sure that we can see this one. This card number 51, which 5 is around change and 1 is like the infinite and all. But you put the two together and it creates 6, which is, to me, around the physical world. So what it's asking us to do is to recognize, yes, that we are part of all that is. And as that, if we can recognize our light and how much it matters that we are here, then part of that is the joy and the playfulness of what Sandpiper brings in. And I may go to the guidebook because I'm not sure that I've ever had Sandpiper. For some reason, I'm feeling, like there's one more that needs to come out. Looks like it's 2. Oh, look, again, otter spirit. So I think of otter spirit as being playful as well. And 4 and 2, which is stability and coming together, is also creating 6. And then we have moss spirit with surrender now with card number 39. So it's asking us, this is what I'm feeling, is that this whole idea of separateness and bad people and good people and evil people and rich people and poor people, and these people that seem to be doing things that are nefarious, and then these people that are doing great things to help. It's like it's all balancing out, and we're all part of the whole system that is. And that we have an opportunity now to lean in and surrender to what was meant for us and what is our path. And if you're anything like me, you're going like, what is going on in this world? And why does everything seem difficult? Like people not getting basic things like healthcare or housing, or, not being able to afford food. These are all really basic things. And then there's the fires and the floods and all these traumatic things where you don't even feel safe in a world that's so chaotic. And all of it, I think, is mimicking because we don't feel like we're part of this whole thing. We feel separate. And so it's creating like a wave. I have to get some water. I'm nowhere near the fires, and my throat has been weird for the last couple of days. I'm not sure what it is. Okay, so that's what I think it's telling us, is that it's asking us to to surrender to the love and the light and everything that's going on in the world. All right. Okay, so let's see. We have the Hangman with card number 12, which again is asking us to surrender. Okay, I drank water and I think it got worse. And then we have the Eight of Wands. And I think the Eight of Wands came out, was one of the last cards last week. And this is kind of reaching the end of something. It's like feeling ourselves entangled in lots of different things, right? Just seeing things for what they are and how we're all kind of tangled up. Our energy is tangled up with so many things. And with the 1 and 2, which again, so this is 6, 6, 12, and 12. And I think all this comes out for a reason, right? The Hangman, and it's the caterpillar, which is a stage, related to the moth. It's like, it's like keeps reiterating how we're all part of the same thing and that we all matter and that everything, all of our energy is all entangled. That's really what I'm hearing from all of this. Because even Sandpiper and Otter both share the waters. And they're both kind of, Otter spirit is typically a playful spirit. Here it says you're never alone because otters are, very maternal beings, and they stay with their young, right, and nurture them and play with them. So let's see if there's anything else. That feels like a pretty good message. Oh, wow. See, look, and there's the sun. And the sun is bettering of any situation. It's saying that no matter what happens, we're part of this light. The scarab beetle is sacred, and it has I saw a massive beetle the other day. It was stuck in like a little bucket right outside my door, and I just dumped it in the lawn. And after I did it, I was like, wow, that was like the biggest beetle I've ever seen. Why didn't you check it out and stay with it? It was the kind with the horns and the, you know what I mean? It was probably about that long, right? It was a really big, like 2 or 3 inch long beetle. And so this is reminding me of that beetle. Like I was very fascinated by how it ended up there, and it was just struggling, and I wanted to set it free. And I think that that's what this sun is all about. It wants to come in to share the importance of being able to see that we are part of this network that's going on. We're part of this, this death and rebirth. We're caught up in everything. There's nothing that we are not part of. And I think I've said that now 3 times, so please forgive me. So I hope this kind of gives you a little bit of perspective as you start off this week, because I can't explain why, but I just feel like the madness is coming to an end. And I don't know how it's coming to an end or exactly when, but it feels very soon. And I even hear in my head now, like it's happening now, that we're all just exhausted from nonsense and too many people taking advantage and everybody just being out for themselves, and like we're not all part of the same thing. And like this person has got more money and this person is in poverty and this person somehow gets all this stuff and this person gets that. It just doesn't make any sense to me. There's enough for everybody. And so I think it's asking us to be playful, so we raise our energy, and to know that in that raising that we start to see that we're part of all this. And so surrender. This is about a new perspective. It's asking you to just settle down for a moment and maybe look at everything. Like, how when you look at something and you close an eye and then you close the other eye and it looks like it moves, it shifts, even though it didn't go anywhere. In the Hanged Man, it's asking you to do that, is to look at something, because the perspective will change when you change or when you pause and allow it to express whatever is meant to express. And that's what I think the Eight of Wands is also showing you, right? Is that everything is all interconnected here. And it's a lot of fire going on right now, literally and figuratively, and which is the other reason why I think the sun is coming out as well. But in the 19 card, it reduces to 10 or 1, which is the ending and the beginning. So I hope that this gives you a little bit of hope and a little bit of perspective as we dive into this new week in July. Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye now.